Hey, I'm Sam from Barn2, and today I'll show you how to organize your WordPress content using Post Table Pro. This plugin is perfect for organizing lots of posts or content into one convenient table that users can filter and search. So in this video, I'll show you how to set it up on your site and go through the settings so you can get it just right. But if you don't know what Post Table Pro does, here are some real-life websites that are using the plugin right now to organize different types of content. The first site here is using Post Table Pro to list job vacancies, connecting teachers with potential work opportunities. Each of these positions is a clickable link, and the teachers can visit them and apply by the deadline. And this Indiana Broadcasters Association website has more than 270 member stations. You can use the different station categories for radio or television, or the search bar in order to filter the list even further and find the station you're looking for. And this school board is using it to post their legally required board notices, meeting agenda, and meeting minutes for each month of the year. You can see that there are even more features available on this table, including filters for the month, year, and pagination options at the bottom of the table. If you're looking for even more inspiration from the WordPress community, you can find more examples of this plugin on our showcase page linked in the description below. So now let's learn how to set up the plugin on your own website. Check the first link in the description below to get yourself a copy of the plugin. Now, it is a premium plugin, but it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk to giving it a go. We also offer an admin demo on our website, so using the same link, you can check out a real-life website that will temporarily show you how the plugin works. After purchasing the plugin, you'll get an email with a zip file and a product key for activation. You can also download the plugin from your account page on our website in the download section. In the WordPress admin, go to Plugins and click on Add New. Then click on Upload and drag and drop the zip file that you just downloaded into this box here. Click Install and then Activate. This will launch the setup wizard where you can activate your license key. If you don't see this, just go to the plugin settings page where you can add your license key and click on Activate. To set it up for the first time, I'll go through the setup wizard with you. So after the license confirmation, click Next. First, choose a name for the table you're creating. This is just for internal use and only appears on the list of tables in the WordPress admin. You'll also need to select the type of post that you want to display. If you don't have a custom post type set up, but you want to set one up, you can use a free plugin called Easy Post Types and Fields, which I'll also link in the description below. In the next step, you can refine or choose which posts you want to add to your table. If you just want to list all of your posts, you can leave this selected, or you can select from specific posts by either choosing individual ones or sorting by specific categories, tags, and so on. In this case, I want to list all my posts, so I'll click Next. Now in step 4, you can customize your table columns. These will appear from left to right, so if you want to change the order, for example, putting the title first, that might be a good idea. There are plenty of different table columns you can choose from, so I'm going to choose a few and add them to my table. As you add new ones, you can see some additional options, such as adding a clickable link, and for the image that will display in a lightbox. Or you can also redirect the link to the post page itself. I want to put the image first all the way on the left, then the title. I'll get rid of content, keep the summary, and let's add a button as well. If you click on Advanced Settings, you can see some of the various options you have, such as the column width and the responsive visibility. Let's add a publishing date, and I think that's enough for now, so let's click Next. In Search and Sort, this is where we can enable filters and search options. So I'd like to enable filters for categories and tags. Then down here we have some sorting options. I think date published or even date modified is a good idea to go with. And then we can also change the sort direction so we can get the oldest or newest items first. Now we have a few options that can potentially speed up the table. You can enable lazy load to load the table one page at a time. However, there are a few implications to using lazy load, which you can read about in our knowledge base, which I've also linked in the description below. Or you can set a post limit so not too many posts will load in the table at once. Okay, we're all finished. So that's it for the setup wizard. Now let's see what we've created so far on our site. Now that the plugin has created our table, we just need to add it to our site. And we can do that by copying this shortcode and adding it to any page that we've created. You'll notice that there are a few other options here, like managing your tables, creating new tables, editing the global settings, and the tables design. And we'll go through those in the following steps. So let's go to our pages and add the post table to a new one. I'll click on Add Page here, and I'll just give it a quick title, All My Posts. I'll add the block for shortcode and paste that in there. Click on Publish, and let's view that page. All right, this is already looking very nice. You can see that my filters up here on the top show the different categories of posts as well as the tags. I have my search bar and all of the 5 columns that I selected earlier, including clickable links and view buttons. The images open as a lightbox. You'll notice it has a blue color and a kind of rounded design. This is something I'll show you how to update right now. So let's head back to our dashboard, click on Post Tables, and then go to the Design page. You'll notice that I have the rounded option selected at the moment, but there are many other options, and depending on when you're watching this video, there may be even more available. Let's change it to a neutral design and see how that looks. You can also specifically update any of the colors in the borders, background, fonts, and so on. So I'll click on Save those changes. And let's refresh the page. So that's given it a fresh color palette, which again is completely customizable depending on your preferences. Now let's go to our tables section in the settings and manage the table that we just created. So this is the one called All Barn 2 Posts. We can duplicate it if we want, but let's go into the edit screen. A lot of the options here are going to be similar to those in the table builder, which we just went through, but there are some other specific changes that we can make. Post Table Pro actually gives you the ability to combine multiple columns into a single column. So let's see how that might look. If I add a combined column and click on Add, you can choose which columns you want to combine. So let's add a status column, click on Add, and then let's choose the date last modified. We'll give the column a label, and I'll also add a label to this status column. Then click on Done, scroll down to the bottom, save our changes, and the plugin has now combined 2 different pieces of information into a single column on the right-hand side here. Of course, I can play around with the labels to make it a little bit more clear, but that's a very powerful feature that will save you a lot of space in the table. Now, most of the settings here were already addressed in the table builder, but you can also change the display of the search box and change the button text from view to anything else. Anytime you need to find the global settings for the plugin, you can find it over on the left under Post Tables, and then click on Settings. From here, you have even more controls, which will apply to all of your different tables that you've created. We also added a Clear Cache button to the settings page, so you can view the changes you've made right away. Just note that these settings will be overridden by any specific settings you set up in the Tables section. So for example, if I want to change the number of posts per page for this table, I can change it here and click on Save. Then I can refresh the page and see just 10 items in this table. So that's been a quick introduction and tutorial for the Post Table Pro plugin from Barn 2. Be sure to test out the plugin on your site And if you need more help, you can check out the links in the description to our documentation. You'll also find a link to test out the demo and of course, purchase the plugin as well. Now, one thing I didn't mention is that many people want to use this plugin to create a document library, which is totally fine and doable. But if that's your goal, I'd actually recommend you check out our Document Library Pro plugin. You can learn more about it in this video here. And of course, thanks for watching.